Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to part 2 of Dynasty Warriors 8 Xteme Legends Complete. And yeah, it is that particular battle. It is that part. We will have to deal with that guy. It doesn't matter who you pick because there's no star requirement for this battle. No, that's going to be in part 3 of this playthrough. But here, not so much. So you could go through with whoever you want. The difference is, however, is how they approach the objectives to get to the main objective, which is to eliminate Dong Shua. I am going to tell you, though, that if you are not proficient at utilizing the elemental counter, and you're trying to go after Lu Bu, chances are you're going to die. And the only reason why you would go after Lu Bu, because chances are he's going to drop a rare weapon. And on top of that will give you a lot of experience points for knocking him down. Just like he used to do back in Dynasty Warriors 6, it's back in Dynasty Warriors 5. Dynasty Warriors 6 was extra experience. Yeah, that's right. It was extra experience in order to take down Lu Bu. Not to mention, it was extra experience in Dynasty Warriors 4 Xteme Legends. And 3 Xteme Legends. And 2. And actually, you didn't have to take him on in 9. So, yeah. Lu Bu practically had a legacy. And it's literally been 20 years since Koei has been making these games. Wow, I do feel old. Also, I would like to point out something else. This is the only time that is not DLC that you face Lu Bu in historical or hypothetical throughout the entirety of this playthrough. No, I am not kidding. Unfortunately for Wei, that's not the case. Oh, and what am I doing, by the way, ladies and gentlemen? I'm trying to sell off some weapons because, in case you probably haven't noticed, there's a weapon limit on the weapons. And this right here is one of the biggest pet peeves I have with Dynasty Warriors 8 and 8 Xteme Legends and 8 Xteme Legends Complete. They have poor weapon allocations. Yes, I know everybody can use everybody's weapon, but they have poor weapon allocation. So instead of having a weapon limit for everybody's favorite weapon, and you just pick somebody else's weapon, there's a weapon limit overall, which in turn will screw over people who do not get played in the story or do not even show up in the story. More importantly, you're going to have to grind those people on ambition mode. The reason I had that pause there because, yeah, the horrors of grinding in ambition mode, which you're going to do. Oh, and by the way, the only reason why Zhang Jiao is there is because of what I did in part 1. And by the way, this, what I'm doing, is also leading to an achievement. So every time you see a camp and you get to talk to people, by all means do so. There's only certain instances where they just thrust you into battle without any camp to talk to anybody in. But when they have those instances, you could talk to everyone and everything will count to, well, every blue arrow that turns black will count towards an achievement. And also, I need to point out, again, there are no voiced commentary here. No, I don't mean like commentary like mine. I mean, there's no voiced cutscenes. In other words, every time you talk to a soldier, there's no cutscene. Or at least, there's no voices to it like there were in Dynasty Warriors 7. Again, this is Omega versus Omega Forces, last hurrah. And we're gonna have to prepare ourselves for our last hurrah, because Lu Bu, dear God, 7 may have made him easy, but 8? Oh Lord, is this man a menace to society. Not only a menace to society, but also he is the stuff of fears now. But before we cross that path, I want to point out that things may be a little bit different on whoever you pick. If you pick Guan Yu or Zhang Fei, you're going to follow Liu Bei. But if you pick Xiao Yun, you're not going to follow Liu Bei. You're going to go somewhere else. Either way, the paths will split even more later on, where Zhang Fei and Guan Yu will have to deal with all the rest of the enemies of Dong Zhuo that's blocking Hulao Gate. Meanwhile, Liu Bei and Xiao Yun will have to take care of the catapults and take over the catapults and actually break them in order for us to proceed any further past Hulao Gate. However, that won't be necessary. Anyway, right now we have to meet up with Sun Jian, and more importantly, save him from being jumped. I think that's what we're supposed to do first, but knowing past me, he ended up going the opposite direction and went after Yuan Shu. So with that said, if we actually save Sun Jian, it would be easier for us to go past Sishui Gate, and it would go straight to the event where we meet up with Lu Bu. Anywho, we just defeated Hu Chi-er, and he was just blocking the way. I mean, it doesn't matter which way we go. At the end of the day, we just gotta make sure that 1, Liu Bei doesn't fall, and 2, Yuan Shao doesn't fall. Because if either of those two fall, guess what? We fail. It's only the most obvious of objectives. And even if you're playing as Guan Yu or Zhang Fei, you still have to protect Liu Bei. Is there anything else I need to mention about this stage aside from us having to face Lu Bu later on? Actually there is. Getting to him. Because also Hua Zhang actually shows up as well. Oh, and we did not get to Sun Jian in time. Well, that sucks. So much for morale. Now, if our morale was actually higher, we probably would be kicking ass and taking names, but that's not the case. Yeah, we pretty much got the morale back up to half, but still. We were supposed to actually rendezvous with Sun Jian. Oh god. That right there was a terrible cut-in. And I hope it didn't mess up the commentary. And it's going to tend to cut in because of the fact of how the PlayStation Remote Play works. It tends to be choppy and cut in to a lot of the games I have, which is why I was hesitant to actually play some of them at first. But I promise you, it's gonna be a massive pain in the ass if I have to play Samurai Warriors and Samurai Warriors Emperor. No. Okay, let me try this again. If I have to play eventually Samurai Warriors Empires 4 and Spirit of Sanada this way. Yeah, cause those games they're much faster in frame rate than what Dynasty Warriors 8 is, and they may have a tendency to slow down. And I don't want to have to deal with that. But they will. At least having some commentary and being able to record is better than having to try to rely on a system that craps out on PS4. Anyway, all you have to do is just simply follow the objectives and you'll be just fine so long as you don't take too long to follow them like I did. Yeah, Sun Jian was in fact pushed back, but if there was no how should I put this? If I would have gotten the Sun Jian first, there would have been a lot more time for me to come in and deal with the catapults. So that way we would have been able to get to the Lu Bu section and get it over with. But I didn't think about it. So, is there anything else I need to mention about this stage? Aside from anything else from later? No, actually. You just gotta go to ambition mode if you want to face off against Lu Bu. You're about to find out what happens if you don't in a few minutes.
Now is the time to show the land the glory
Just
of
let
our
me
noble
deal with the
family.
catapult troops and the archer ambush as well. Oh god, I'm coughing. I do not need that. Anyway,
None of you better try to
we
escape.
just need to take care of business and take care of the enemies. And bear in mind that if you have the weakness of Lu Bu, he is going to be a little bit easier. You just gotta remember to switch counter whenever you can.
Oh, you
And this
realize
goes
I
for
was in
all
danger.
officers
I am
that you
sorry for
oppose.
burdening you.
I know that makes it sound easy, but the tougher enemies, even if you switch counter,
Let's go.
they'll switch counter you too. So that's the last thing you need to deal with.
I have no choice but to go out and fight myself. Step forward.
But right now, we just managed to ambush this guy, and we now got the gates lowered. Now we could go after the actual catapults,
You are doing an excellent job.
and we can continue. I am sorry that I am coughing and wheezing.
My lord has ordered me to stop you.
God have
Come and
mercy on
face
my
my wrath.
soul. I am having such a terrible time.
You are clearly a
But
warrior of superior ability.
now we get to the episode of wrong sounding Zhang Liao. Yeah, Zhang Liao's voice actor sounds pretty familiar. That's because the guy who did the voice for Liu Bei is also doing the voice for Zhang Liao, because the original voice for Zhang Liao, well, he quit.
Your name is Zhao Yun.
And that's why I come up with the term wrong sounding Zhang Liao. Now then, all we need to do is just destroy the gatekeeper. Oh god! What the fuck just happened there? Well, aside from being hit with ballistas,
But I'm going to need you to turn back.
I definitely have to deal with that. That probably cut into my cutscene. No, that cut into my commentary. Probably messed it up. But then again, I was using Uplay. No, Remote Play, not Uplay. Uplay is trash.
Perfect timing.
I was using Remote Play, so I probably would have expected choppy frame rate like this. I know what you're thinking. Why don't you play at 1080p? It crashes. And that's not my computer's fault, that's Remote Play. Yeah, it just got a new update, but still it's going to crash. Regardless, but now that we got the catapults in our possession, we can just hop into the catapult and toss rocks. Not at the door, unlike with Dynasty Warriors 7. No, you gotta toss rocks at the catapults. And past me is going to hit the door, isn't he? That's not how that works. No, that doesn't work either. So turn the catapult over to the other catapult. There we go. Now let's drop a rock on it and take care of catapult number 1. Oh, by the way, there was no way to get to that catapult. Just letting you know. And catapult number 2, you can barely see it in the distance because of draw distance. And I know what you're thinking. Oh god, the clipping, everything. Oh, it is terrible. Well, no. I'd say it was decent for the time, and that's a cloud, by the way. The graphics are pretty decent at the time, but then again, that's what happens when you deal with graphic whores. You're gonna get a lot of complaints that it's a next-gen console playing as a last-gen console, because graphic whores can't be pleased. Well, speaking of things that can't be pleased, it's time to deal with Lu Bu. 'Cause here he is.
Brother! Pathetic. He's pretty good.
I am here to help. My lord, we cannot allow your light to be extinguished here.
That's right. We must combine our strength and defeat this raging monster. Entertain me if you can.
Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The time-honored tradition of facing Lu Bu. Problem is, he has an invincibility aura that keeps him from flinching, and he blocks most of your attacks. This is why people go after cyclone weapons. Oh right, legendary weapons don't have cyclone as an attribute. Which is all the more reason why I say the legendary weapons are trash, and I'm not going to pursue them. Because they are garbage, and more importantly, you're going to have to look up and find a cyclone weapon in order for to actually make one. Anyway, that's the only reason why I mentioned cyclone, because they actually chew through Lu Bu even though he's guarding. And even though he's not flinching. And speaking of chewing through him, I'm doing pretty good. I gotta say, everything that I'm doing right now, I'm doing correctly. Now, if only I was a little bit stronger, and more importantly, if only I would have picked up that goddamn Musou, I would have at least did enough Musou to kick his ass. But unfortunately, now he's about to strike back. Oh god, no, 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 he stunned me. Oh no, no, snap out of it. Run, run, Zhao Yun. Retreat, do something. No, this can't end like Dynasty Warriors 5. Mother... Man, how disheartening. I had him beat. And I didn't pick up the Musou wine. I had him beat. You know what? Screw that. I'm so disheartened right now. I don't even want to fight him, man. That's just bullshit. But then again, it's Dynasty Warriors 8. No, I'm going to get my run back. Don't you worry, I will get my run back and then some, because there's still the DLC. Oh, and also there's still free mode. So yeah, I will get my run back eventually. But for right now, no. I need to beat the level, because if I keep staying on Lu Bu and I get my ass whooped, it's gonna be an hour long. Oh, he's right behind me! Son of a whore! Yeah, I can't have that. No, 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 no. Oh, right, almost forgot. This is the game where if you actually do something to Diao-chan, Lu Bu will be pissed. Well, somebody should have told that to pass me. Well, in fact, past me of all people should have realized this, because I even mentioned this in the comment section below in one of my Dynasty Warriors videos, and a lot of people had their experiences with Lu Bu, but then my dumbass do this! And because I harmed Diao Chan, oh yeah, he's definitely gonna come after me now. Ah, son of a bitch. If I would have actually defeated Diao Chan, he probably would have been in a steaming rage coming after me. Oh, yeah, and also one more thing. If you don't beat Lu Bu, or at least you don't beat Dong Zhuo before Lu Bu comes after you, guess what happens to you? You may end up losing the entirety of the battle because Lu Bu is going to beeline for Yuan Shao and kill him instantly. So, yeah, we better hurry up and end this. And I mean we better end this now. Come on, goddammit, catch up! Alright, for the rest of this time, you're going to run into officers, or I should say mobile unit officers, that are blocking peasants' ways. You gotta save these peasants, otherwise the fire will not be put out and you'll be at a disadvantage against Dong Zhuo. And that's the last thing you need, is to be at a disadvantage against that fat fuck. So yeah, it is Liu Bei's duty to rescue the peasants. And even though you'll get food, yeah, until the fire's put out, you'll be dropped down to half. Oh, and bear in mind, if Lu Bu is still on the stage and you have not killed Diao Chan, nor have you took too long to face against Dong Zhuo, Dong Zhuo will be crying for Lu Bu to come to his aid, and Lu Bu will immediately storm the area and come after you, which is why it's not a good idea to ignore him. That's why people pursue him, because if they don't deal with him now, it's going to be harder to deal with him later. And since we rescued all the peasants, now the fire's out, and I just hope we can get some food. Give us food. Yes! Now then, time to put it into Dong Zhuo once and for all. However, let me check and see. Yep, there's Lu Bu right there near Yuan Shao. So we gotta hurry up and put an end to this real quickly. Otherwise, we're probably gonna lose this battle. No, not probably. We will lose this battle. Simple as that. And if I would have actually rendezvoused with Sun Jian would be holding off Lu Bu. But that's not the case now, is it? Wo Sir would be blocking the entirety of the gate leading to Dong Zhuo. And if my voice sounds bored, no, I'm not bored. I'm dejected. Just dejected and angry that I lost. Oh no, the feud will continue and I will get my revenge, but I'm dejected and angry I lost in such a manner. It's the second Dynasty Warriors game that actually happened, but we at least defeated Dong Zhuo. So, hooray for that. Believe you me, I'm gonna get my revenge. I promise you that. Anyway, it's time for us to prepare ourselves, because we've got yet another cutscene. Well, this is actually an unvoiced cutscene, and of course, we are going to end up going to Shu Province. Now, ironically enough, Shu Province has 2 star requirements for Shu. And those 2 are, I would say, pretty easy to deal with. In a way, since they are, but not really. The requirements for the Shu side of Shu Province is simple. you either stop their reinforcements or you don't. But, if anything, this would be the time where you would actually stop the story, take time, go to ambition mode, and if anything, make sure that you end up scoring a weapon with Jubilation and give it to Zhang Fei. If you want the star requirement for this, you might want to do that. But if you want the historical route, you could pick Liu Bei or Guan Yu, but we're going to worry about that in part 3 of the Shu playthrough of Dynasty Warriors 8 Xteme Legends. Almost an Empires, goddammit. See you guys next time.